Family, the track we're about to interact with right now was brought to my attention via a donation from one of our subscribers. Now, if you want to recommend a song, the link to the PayPal is going to be in the description below because, of course, YouTube yanks 30% of super chats. Guys, I appreciate, as always, your open, curious attention. Back to the video. Oh yeah, baby. Let's introduce the channel to some Pearl Jam. First watch. I said cook.
I'm ahead, I'm the man, I'm the first mammal to wear pants, yeah. I'm at peace with my lust, I can kill cause ain't got a choice, yeah. It's evolution, baby.
I'm the first mammal to wear pants is crazy. The rumor or the myth, the most popular myth is that, clothes were worn to kind of protect our vulnerabilities, right? Because we feel self-conscious. And so we want to cover up our most vulnerable parts, right? So that people cannot see our weaknesses. But I like that he's going back and forth from religion to evolution, because a lot of times the people who are like science-minded blame religion as if religion isn't just one of those things that evolved, right? And then the religious, they kind of blame science as if science was somehow outside of the will of God. Isn't science just one of those things that God is doing, right? Yeah, I love the setup. They're saying, it's all just excuses, right? Continue to cook, gentlemen.
Evolution, baby.
I wonder if it's herd behavior is just another excuse, right? I mean, when things get really, really dark, don't we attempt to kind of pacify ourselves against the fear of it by just kind of blaming some mechanism? Oh yeah, this is just kind of herd mentality. We were evolved to do this, or this is God's plan, right? It just kind of seems like everything that they're talking about is just a lack of moral accountability or any kind of accountability for what's actually going on. Go back a couple bars, let him cook.
It's herd behavior.
It's herd behavior.
It's evolution, baby.
Admire me, admire my home, admire my son, he's my clone. The idea here is that we want to kind of propagate our mode of interpreting reality on the world, right? I have a mode of interpreting reality, Christianity, right? I want that mode of interpreting reality to be shared by everyone else so that it can validate my accuracy. And so I'm going to try to make you feel that way. And if you don't feel that way, then you're going to come against some pressure, right? Admire me, admire my home, admire my son, he's my clone, right? These, I'm feeling the vibes. Very good lyricism.
Admire me, admire my home, admire my son, he's my clone. Yeah. This land is mine, this land is free. I do what I want, irresponsibly. It's evolution, baby.
So you see that woman because I'm loving the visual here. This was recommended via a PayPal donation to check it out, and specifically this version with the animation here. And that woman, I don't know what she represents, but she kissed a skull, right? And it, it almost just reminds me of like our addiction to transient things, things which die. This was kind of, wherever the devil appears in the Bible, the devil is trying to get us to identify with some transient thing, right? Sell your eternal soul for this transient, here one day, gone the next kind of object, right? And so her kissing this skull is like, a pact made, was like, I am going to identify with things that die, and I'm going to, try my best to kind of amass as much as I can. I'm feeling the vibes here. You see that? Guys, one of the things about this as well that I'm really appreciating is that they're not laying the blame at the feet of any particular dogma. They're saying, look, scientists can be dogmatic too. The politicians can be dogmatic too. Of course, religious dogma, that's in the back of everyone's mind. But look, everyone catches smoke in this song. It's a human condition. Now it's not admire my son because he is my clone. It's admire my son, admire my clones. Admire anyone who is affected and convinced by being in my sphere of influence, right? Right? And that's kind of, it's beckoning us toward more of a critical thought, a recognition that, all of these things are games that you can decide to not play. Yo, this is really, really getting dark, frantic, and wild. It's evolution, right? Saying it's evolution, it's kind of a wild thing because, I bring up Terrence McKenna a lot on this channel, and he said something that really just kind of stuck in my mind, that it's like maybe all of the anxiety that we feel about the way society is going is just the birth pangs of Mother Nature saying, like, look, it's time for human beings to leave, right? It's time for us to leave the womb of Mother Nature or Mother Earth, right? And maybe it's not so bad that we are destroying our ability to live on this planet. Maybe it's just evolution. It's just, human beings' time to go. But is taking solace in that kind of idea an escape, right? It's just interesting. I mean, this piece of art is very, very true, but I just feel like it's so incredibly dark. I'm wondering if they're going to give us kind of any any beacon of hope. Is there any light at the end of this? It's evolution, baby! He said, do the evolution. Come on, baby, do the evolution. Like, he said, do the evolution, as if the evolution is the new trendy dance. And, that's a little bit dark too, because it is a dance that we're doing. It is a performance we're putting on, right? At the end of the day, all of these things, capitalism, socialism, all of these things are games that human beings decided to play a long time ago. Do the evolution. That's heavy. There's crickets at the end of that. I wondered if they were going to allow, nature to reclaim the Earth after the nuclear winter, which was the inevitable end of that "Do the Evolution" by Pearl Jam. I'm rocking with Pearl Jam. What should be the next Pearl Jam that we look into?